Hello, Akko here, welcome back to Pathfinder. It's been a while, I've not done a video for about a week or so on Pathfinder. I've been doing a lot of work off camera and I've been getting my base moved up to the Pathfinder, up in orbit or wherever it is. We're in a separate dimension here of course, aren't we? But let's pretend it's up in orbit. And yeah, what I want to start off with, I've made this little contraption here just to make me some cactus because I want cyan glass everywhere. And I've come across a bit of an issue. The fact that I can only get cactus vanilla. There is cactus seeds for agricraft. There they are. If you look at how to craft these, all it shows you is the phytogenic insulator, which lets you craft cactus seeds from cactus seeds. But there's nothing else. There's no way to actually craft cactus seeds. So if anyone knows why I can't, or if anyone knows a way to get agricraft cactus seeds, I'd love to know. But yeah, so that's a bit of an issue. I should have that set up under these sprinklers really, shouldn't I? So it goes quicker. I should move it over here. I'll do that real quick. Well, that might not be doing anything at all, but it's not going to do any harm. Well, that might make it grow a bit quicker. Anyway, I need cactus to get my cyan glass. So yeah, that's going to slow me down on the building of my base. So this, all the farm stuff's here still. But that's all that's here. Everything else has gone up to the Pathfinder. My little villager thing is still working away there. So if we jump up to the Pathfinder, one of the first things I did was after the last episode, is I used all of the glowstone that I had to make vibrant alloy. And if I run through here, I've done quite a bit of building up on the Pathfinder, and one of the things that really helped with that is what I use the vibrant alloy for. So if you remember last time, I made some of the things that we used in this creature, this space matrix. I made some of the, what they're called, they use a vibrant alloy, and they are called shape crafting. These things, manganese activators. Remember, I used 3 at once and I got 1 inventory slot opened up. It actually says in the quest not to use multiple at once. So let's look at the quest log. Let's move back to my normal bar and jump into the quest log. So if you remember, where we're up to is we have finished everything apart from Pathfinder. I've actually got 2 quests to do in here. If we look in Liberty, which is what we was doing, and which one is it going to be? Was it even in here? I don't know. I don't think it was it? I believe it was an Intrepid. So, right, let's find this. Man, I'm making a mess of getting through the quest even. Okay, Life Matrix, we're getting closer. Spatial Matrix needs to be activated in a similar fashion to the Time Matrix. It will give trophies. Okay, is that the Time Matrix? There we go. Once a manganese activator is crafted, one can right click upon a manganese matrix and perform the effects. Note that the manganese activator will be consumed, and having multiple in your inventory will result in negative effects when the matrix is used. So that's basically telling me to use 1 at a time. So remember before I used 3 and I cheated them back in, so I shouldn't have cheated them back in, I should have read the quest. I made 32 more, I used all my glowstone, I made 32 more. Of course we've been making glowstone using the glowstone seed, which I have now brought up here with the powered soil. I made some vibrant alloy, and I've opened up all my inventory slots, which is lovely, which let me do a lot more building. And as you can see, I'm in need of cyan glass now, because that's what I'm waiting on. I have done quite a bit of stuff up here. I've not really automated much because I thought there's no real point. The amount of resource I'm getting, there's no real point. But I've got power coming down under here. We built this reactor last time. I've got a little state cell set up here controlling the power. So a state cell there set to 30 seconds. I've got a redstone port here that is set to active. So input, there we go, output energy amount, active while below 50. So that'll turn the redstone signal on, which will run the redstone signal through to the reactor. And then, is that running? It is running. Must have just hit 50% then. Oh, there's a timer going. Wonderful. Just seeing it in action. And then that's turned off. So that's just dip below 50. Let's jump up here. So we are using power. Where are we using power? We're using power here, of course. We are making sand and glass. So there we go. I've got a little state cell set up there. I've done them before. If you want that explaining a bit better, let me know, and I will endeavour to explain it a little bit better than I just glossed over it there. I've got my environmental controller here, which means I don't need to eat food anymore, which is lovely. And I've got my two redstone energy cells there. As you can see over here, I have made myself a little cobble gen area. I've got an auto crafting table from Easy Crafting. It's pretty nice. You just put the blocks in there and the pattern in there, and it crafts things for you. So I can go 4 little stacks of them. If I grab myself some quartz from up here, if I can make my fat ass up the stairs. So let's have a stack of that. Of course, very easily automatable. I'm just not really automating anything. Bang them in there, and it'll just use up whatever pattern you've put in and create what you want, which is very nice. So because I was using a lot of quartz and a lot of factory blocks, what I did was I made myself a little auto chisel, and because I've got emeralds now, I made, because of the villagers, made the 3 upgrades for it: speed, automation, and stack upgrade. So what we've got here is I've got a barrel with a buffer. The buffer's pulling from the barrel and pushing into the auto chisel, and that one's pulling from the auto chisel and pushing into the barrel. So all I need to do is drop things in there, and if I actually have my chisel in there like I was meant to have, it just does stacks at a time and changes them into the one that I want. So I've got that there set to make the enamelled walls, which everything's made of, which is a very nice and quick way of getting your chisel blocks. Don't often use that, but because of the stack size, it makes it so much easier to use it in this pack. So there we go. Let me just charge that up while I forget, while I remember even. I've just been trying to sort out the redstone control on that door there, but it's more of a pain in the ass than it's worth. Just blue power's alright, but it's a little bit fiddly. And because of the way that the Pathfinder's built, I'll have to wreck all the floor to get the knot gate in properly, to make so that the gate's shut when you're not stood on a pressure plate. But what I have got down there, I don't really need to show you this, but I pulled all the wire out from underneath. I've been messing around with it. I actually dropped the knot gate and I couldn't bother to make another one. So I thought, bollocks, I'm not going to bother doing it. And I've got pressure plates there, and they are drawbridges. It's just not wired up. So I was going to have it so that you stand on the pressure plate, the drawbridge opens, the door opens. But yeah, it's just I'm getting to the end of this series, and I thought I'll leave it. Never mind. So I've kind of committed to this huge build that needs loads of lighting and stuff like that, whereas I don't think I'm really going to need much. So yeah, as you can see, I've got all my resources brought up, and I did the next quest, which helped me bring the resource up. We'll get to that in a minute. So I've got everything brought up here from down on the floor there. I've got my seed infuser, I've got a lot of barrels full of stuff, and as you can see, I made myself a better gen. Before we had the stone and the cobble, and now I've expanded that with a pulverizer and a furnace to make sand and glass. And it's the sand well, sand and glass I need a lot of, but it's the sand that I need before I need the glass, because up here what I want to make is a lot of powered soil, and that needed sand and I had none. There we go. I can now make myself a stack of powered soil, so we can actually move on with creating some powered stuff for the seeds. Now I believe this is going to work. How do I power it then? This is going to work with the planter. Planter goes in the middle. Power underneath, power through the middle. Yeah, I should be able to do this. So I'm going to have a little play around off camera once we get to this. But what I've done is, if I come up here, you can see I've run power out from the central area across. I've done that side and that side up to now. I've not done that side yet, but that side I've got my smeltery over there, so maybe that side doesn't need power. I've got things going across there, so I can set up the. So look, no power going that way yet, but power just comes out from the middle there into the centre here and goes out that way and goes out that way. And I've made some facades to make it look a bit neater. So I shall do in a moment off camera. I shall get a little setup going with the powered soil and the Now where's that? There it is. The chopper. It's not really a chopper that one anyway, is it? It's going to be a planter. I thought I made a planter to try. Oh no, it didn't work on these, did it? Okay. Ignore me, ignore me. I'm getting all confused. Right, anyway, let's get on with the actual quests. So we have got quests left in Pathfinder, and the Pathfinder quests are for Project T, which is pretty cool. Now, I'd already had myself a Philosopher's Stone, which is the second part of this quest. For the first part of the quest, what I need to do is make some low covalence dust, medium and high. They're all pretty straightforward. So let's look at those. We needed stone and a charcoal, cobble and charcoal, I mean, iron and a redstone, coal and a diamond. So I made all of them, so they are knocking about somewhere. They're in there. I made all of them, and then it asked me, well then, because I'd already made a Philosopher's Stone, because I've been using that quite a while, then that let me finish that quest. The reason why I did it off camera is because I wanted this second quest. What this let me do was make a... First thing I had to make was an alchemical chest, and then I had to upgrade it into an alchemical bag, and that is what I've got here. An alchemical bag is huge, which really helped me bringing all my stuff up from the planet up into the Pathfinder, which is why I went ahead and made that. So I've got them 2 quests done. We can hand that in. Let's check out our 2 reward bags. Dimlet. Dimlet. So it looks like most of our rewards are dimlets these days. That's all cool. Let's just drop this stuff into there. Yeah, I've had some other issues as well. When I logged on, after I'd not been on a few days, I think it's been over a week since I've done an episode. When I logged on after not being on a few days, I thought, where's all my tools? And I couldn't remember where they were until I remembered that I'd put them all into this thing, temporal multi-tool. So I remembered where they all was after a while. You can see these have all changed because I added a diamond saw to it, and I was warned that some things don't work with it. I did a diamond saw to it, and the diamond saw broke it, so I lost all my tools. So I didn't want to spend too much time rebuilding them all from scratch, and because I've got all them resources I can just grow, I wasn't really that bothered. I just cheated the tools back in. So that is why we can just go in there out the way. That is why in my thing there I have got just a basic pick, hammer, excavator and scythe. I did have like shears in the original one. I had a rapier, I had shears, I had my crescent hammer, stuff like that. So and I had my Philosopher's Stone. I put my Philosopher's Stone back in, and then that broke it, so I had to do it again. So I've had to rebuild the temporal tool twice. So now all I've got in there, because the first time I rebuilt it, I put everything back in it again. Second time I rebuilt it, I just put the actual tools in there, and I've left things like my Philosopher's Stone, crescent hammer and stuff separate, because they all was in there as well the first time round. So I got rid of all them out of there. What's our next quest then? We've got an alchemical bag that has opened up. This one, Cantana. So I want us to make alchemical coal and Mobius fuel. Now this, if you remember, a couple of quests back, it asked us to make a coal block or dimension dimlet thing. And because I believe we're going to need a lot of it for this. So to make alchemical coal, which I had made for a reason. I wonder why I made that for. Alchemical. I had made one of these. All that is 4 coal with Philosopher's Stone. I had made it for a reason. I wonder what that reason was. Oh, there we go. It's to make my redstone energy cells. I needed some of that. So upgrade my hardened cells up to the redstone ones that I've got down below. So I've already made some of that, which is why I've got a bit in there. Now with my Philosopher's Stone. Is it Philosopher's Stone and 4 of those? Let's have a look. There we go, that makes us a Mobius fuel. And what does that do for us? So that's the first part of that quest done. Then all that matters now wants us to make dark matter. So dark matter, I believe, is a bit more expensive. So that needs 8 Analysis fuel around a block of diamond. So I can make a block of diamond, I should be able to anyway. Oh, only just. So I need to get my... I've got Eulorium diamond seeds, so I need to get these seeds and stuff planted. Of course, that was it, yeah. The thing didn't, the planter didn't work with them, did it? I thought I made a planter. I'm not seeing it though. There it is. I did make a planter. Yep. And we tried it on that and it didn't work. Yeah. But what we can use is autonomous activators on the thing there, and that will plug them. So that needs power as well. So yeah, I'll do a little build in a minute and set some of these up, because we certainly need glowstone. We certainly need diamonds. And I want to make some more of them, of course. Right, anyway, let's see if we can make one of these. So, I don't know if we'll have enough coal for this. So, how do I actually make Eternalis? I make it 4 of them. So I have to use all my coal up here. Which is why I think we need to have that coal block dimension made. So, let's go with 4 of them. And what's that going to get me? It's going to get me a stack of that. It's going to get me 9 of them. It's going to get me 2 of them. Yeah, so it was 8 of them I needed, didn't it? So it looks like I'm fully out of coal. So what I'm going to do next then is I need to make myself a way of getting back. So I don't need a receiver, but I need a dialing device and I need a transmitter. What I've got down here, so slow, come on, faster, move faster dude. What I've got down here is I've got a little dimension ready to go, just effect none, material block of coal that we made for that quest, terrain flat and feature none, so a really basic dimension there, and I'm going to name it for once, all the coal. So I've actually named one for once, and let's put that into the thing there, and there we go. We have got a new tab, we've got a new dimension, and we will be able to dial to there if we so wish. So there we go, all the coal. We've dialed to all the coal, and yeah, I'll get myself a couple of bits ready so we can actually get back from there. But before I do that, I'll do a little bit of building. I'll get these powered soils set up and automated, so we're actually growing diamonds and glowstone to start with, and I should be back in a little while. Right then, done my first little bit of automation on the flux crystals. Let's see if this works. So that's 86%. So next time that clicks over. So this is non-powered soil, and these are autonomous activators. What I realise is I need a lot more tin than I've got for the autonomous activators. Right, okay, so it breaks them but doesn't collect them. That's all good. So what I need is a vacuum chest up here as well, but that is going to let me break them. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't pick them up because it's just right clicking them, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. So I just made another factory block facade there. So what I'm kind of doing, I'm kind of having it kind of neat underneath. So let's get some more of this powered soil. There it is. So eventually, oops, so stop pressing the wrong button. Throwing that down there. Oh, come on. Why are you being like that? That's just mean. That's just mean, not picking that up. Redstone energy, what do you call it? That is carpenter slopes. That looks weird because I broke them. Let's just shift and scroll them back to a normal thing so I can see them. That's a little thing that happens with carpenter slopes sometimes if you break them. Right, powered soil. Let's do. So this is just to show you what I've got. So basically underneath, that's what I've got there. I've kind of got it so the walls neat. So what I did was I broke these in the middle. What I think I'm going to do is move these ladders actually into the middle of the floor. So instead of having the 2 slopes down like I've got on the other ones, see there, what I've decided to do instead was just have a ladder down here. So I've got the power coming through the wall, so it kind of looks neat from underneath. And at the minute, of course, I've only got 3 things that are growing, but eventually I plan to have 9 of each. So I'll do that one the same. So that should give me quite a bit to get started with anyway. But as soon as I've got like a load of diamonds, I can start infusing more seeds. So that's all good. And that's one of my powers. That's why I wanted a reactor to power this kind of stuff. So I'm getting redstone chunks, diamond chunks. As soon as I get a vacuum chest onto this, that's going to be automated. So that's all good. Right, I'll meet you in that other world. So yeah, I realise I need tin, so what I've actually done is I should really look at working out how to use clockwork phase to make me move quicker. Something with that thing in the middle there lets me move quicker, I'm sure it does. It's just, I did look at a thread and I did look at a couple of videos and I did work out how you use the time clock thing. This thing, pocket watch, but I can't remember. So yeah, this world that I had, I took it apart again and I changed it. What I've done is I've added a tin. I've added tin tendrils to that. So right, I'll get that automated because I need to make a vacuum chest now. So what do I need for that? Pretty straightforward. I believe it's an emerald and some. Oh, it's a diamond, some pulsating iron, and then it's just a chest and some iron. So that's pretty straightforward. So that will collect these as they get done. This place, of course, is chunk loaded, so that's all good. So I shall get the transmitter and the dialing device made for down on that iron ore, that coal ore world. I'll meet you down there. Okay, this is a little weird. I'll just come back across here, and there was 2 glowstone, 2 redstone across here, and there was 2 diamonds across there. So something weird is going on. I've just been down to the Akko's house, so I don't know if it's when this was only chunk loaded by the chunk loader. I have to make sure the chunk loader is big enough as well, make sure it's covering everything. Might not be. But what we've got in here is 13 of each, so that's going nice. So that is working, but yeah, I have to come back and check that. So one thing I want to do as well, I want to start making tesseracts, because making Sterling generators, inefficient Sterling generators for each of the dimensions I create is a bit whack. For them, I need Enderium, and I want to make Enderium seed, of course. That's going to be the easiest way of getting Enderium. But I need to make Pyrotheum dust. For that I need sulfur and blaze powder. I've got coal and I've got redstone. So blaze powder, of course, I can make. I can make blaze rods using redstone as well. I just need more redstone. I don't think I've got a redstone well, have I? Or have I? I have to check. Anyway, let's jump down into here, see what this is about. So should be our second core world with the tin tendrils. So hopefully this is all as expected. I don't know why I brought coal with me, because surely there's going to be coal here for me to mine. Oh hello, one of them big I'm used to seeing them in Resident Rise. And of course it's dark, as always. See loads of iron golems over there. Let's put a bit of light down, and there we go, look at that. Block of coal, awesome. So let's do our usual deal with this thing. So I want my Sterling generator with its power, matter receiver, matter transmitter, and dialing device. That one's we called all the coal as well, even though we've got 2 all the coals. So that's filling up, that's fullish, and then that's going to be filling up, yeah, and then we can dial that back to the Pathfinder when I'm ready to go. As you can see, it's very dark. These should be, I've got only 4 torches. Yeah, they look like tin tendrils, don't they? So these should be tin tendrils, and they are, sweet. So I shall now change that to my hammer. I shall mine up, oh that's so slow, I shall mine up a load of tin and even more coal. I'm going to fill up my alchemical bags. I'm going to be here about 20 minutes. Just really wear this guy down, try and get some levels on it. I'm going to have to upgrade this eye. But yeah, I'm going to do a bit of mining. I shall meet you. That one might actually have some stuff in the chests, I've not seen one of them before. Unless that's an updated version. Yeah, I've seen them in Resident Rise, and they do certainly have loot in them in Resident Rise. So have a quick look in there. How long's the video? I don't think the video's too long, is it? So have a quick look in this little funky building. Quite nice. It's like a derelict castle. Loads of bookcases. I suppose they might come in handy. I move so slow, it kills me. It really does. It actually physically hurts me. A lot of beds that'd explode if I tried sleeping in them. Oh, I've just got. Okay, I've just got cobwebs in that way. So have a quick look around the 4 ground floors. Nothing in there apart from junk. Got a free pig. Slightly damaged over this side. There we go, look, I've got an ender. And some unknown dimlets. That's not bad, is it? I'll use an ender, because I've not got a sword after my other one broke. After, my sword didn't break, the thing broke, didn't it? And then we've got some high levels, which sometimes I believe I've chests in as well. Plenty of bookcases though, if I need bookcases for anything. There we go, nice little castle there. Right, I shall do a lot of mining. I shall meet you back on the Pathfinder when I've got all the coal. Okay, I think I've got enough for now. It looks like this is a permanent nighttime world as well, but I think I've got enough. If you look in my chemical bag, I've got a lot of coal and a fair bit of tin ore. So let's now dial back to the Pathfinder and head back there, and we'll go see if that issue's happened again with seeds. So, oh man, I did check the clockwork phase thread. I don't see anything that increases my movement speed, so I was maybe making that up. I thought I'd seen something that increases movement speed, or I may be looking and missing it now. Right, what's happening here? Well, it's 22, that's all good. So that seems to be working now, so I'm not sure why they was over there to start with, but as you can see, that seems to be working. So yeah, keep an eye on that. I say I'll make it so I've got 9 of each of these. I'm going to have them all the way around, is my plan anyway. We'll see how far I get. What I should be able to do now, if I come across here, is one thing I want to do. Oh, I've got this set up again. Sag mill, alloy smelter. Okay, I've got things set up terribly bad as always. I'll start off by putting some tin in there. Get some more tin ingots, and I shall bring those buffer boxes back across at some point. But that, for now, I can just go in there. So you go all in there. My inventories are getting messed up again, and grab all this coal into there. We've got a lot of coal now, which is very nice. And of course, because I've got as a dimension, I can go and get more. That looks like that's possibly full because there's no more going in. So what I need to do is start making some of this into that bit of fuel then, 18 Ellis. My inventory is terribly messed up. So I shall get our next quest done. Our next part of this quest done, I mean. So if we look in here, what we need to do now is, yeah, we need to get 1 dark matter. There's a second, oh no, this is the second part of it, okay. Let's get 1 dark matter done. That's the only quest we've got open here, isn't it? 1 quest available for completion, yeah. So I shall get that done and then we'll see what's next. Okay, I think that's enough then. That's going to be another 16 of them, which should give me another 4. Oops, I've not evened them out properly. Should give me another 4 of those. Wonderful. So now let me grab my last 9 diamonds. That worked out kind of nice. The fact that I'm growing them now should make it a bit easier. 9 diamonds, surround that with the air-to-nelly fuel, get to the dark matter, all that matters, achievement get, and quest completion. Let's see what's in our reward bag. Dimlet control circuit, and come out of there we've got our next quest called Archer. I can tell that with Nimbus, Draylon. I vaguely remember Archer, but I don't know. Ooh, energy collectors, okay. So this is a night world, isn't it? By the look of it. It's a night dimension. Does this have any day at all? Will this even work? Is there a sun behind? No idea. If I just have a bit of a cheat and look at a clock here. Well, the clock's showing me night, so I think this is a permanent night world. So my Pathfinder idea base might not be the best thing after all. How big are you? You're 3x3. Let's make you 7x7. Make sure everything is enclosed. You can check that. Now, when you've got this and the other thing in, there we go. So that's that red block there is the extent of my chunk loaded area. We need to press F9 a few times to get it back to normal. There we go. Yeah. So I've got that quest done. I need to now make an energy collector Mark 1. This is something I've not done since 1.2.5 Tech It. Energy collector Mark 2, Mark 1, there we go. So for that, a couple of blocks of manganese, that's easy enough. Block of platinum, 2 blocks of glowstone, 3-dimensional shards, and a diamond. That's pretty straightforward, isn't it? So I'll get them bits together. I should have the bits to make them. I've not got a massive amount of platinum, but I've got a bit. So I should have enough for a block. I've got a lot. Yeah, I've got plenty. Look. So I'll get them bits together. I shall make myself. You still full yet? I shall make myself the energy collector Mac 1, and I should be back when that's done. Okay, I've had to come back to my nether quartz world and do a bit of mining down. What was the power in there? Oh, there is. Can actually check. I had to come back to my nether quartz world and do a bit of mining because I had no dimensional shards. But now I've got them. Hopefully I can finish this quest. I found a blaze flux crystal, so I must have made a blaze one at some point that I'd forgot about. So my memory does not work extremely well. So 3 of them. And we needed a diamond, didn't we? We did, so I need to go craft a diamond. So let's show that other dimensional ore. So I managed to find a little bit of dimensional ore in there. Oh man, things are getting messy. Things are getting messy. Let's run over here. Don't know whether to have these as tunnels. Just a little bit more building time to make them look like that. But, as you can see there, I've added a blaze seed. So we're getting blazes in here. Now I've got 32. Nice. So that's going to get me a couple of diamonds. Should have really brought all of them across. But nothing in there. Okay, let's go like that. This one's going to get me 3, so it's not many, is it? I'll get 3 diamonds anyway. And it gives me an energy collector Mark 1. Now I'm sure this will not do anything here because it's night time. Well, it's saying it's got a sun on it. So I'm not sure. Interesting. Well, there we go. We've got another completed quest. So we are moving on a little bit. What we're on next? Cake. I know that guy. Ah, actually was a person. These are people, aren't they? Are they? No, Nimbus doesn't sound like a person. Draylon does though. Oh, Cake. I bet Cake had a ship named after him. Oh, Archer. It's thingy, innit? Him off Quantum Leap. It was in the one that destroyed the franchise. Right, antimatter relay is our next thing. No, that's that guy there. It's already next to us. So that's pretty much the same with obsidian. So we can do that really quick then. 2 of them. 9 of them. And a couple of obsidian this time. And 3 of our dimensional shards. So I need first up to make that. And then, is that everything I need to make that? It is, wonderful. So there we go. So, well, I'll say that's the first part of that, but that's actually all of that quest. So another one done. And we are now onto Nimbus. It's clear now what makes up all matter. You're able to manipulate the energy, the time, and the matter that make them up. Now it's time to change one substance into another substance. The transmutation tablet can transmute one substance into another via EMC. There is no EMC lost in this process. If one item is used, it can be gotten back easily later. Items can be learned by placing them into the slots on the left, or learn and burned into EMC by placing them in the bottom slot. Items will then appear based on the amount of EMC you have on the right. You can search through these items on the search bar, where you can filter for a specific type of item by placing one in the centre of the right circle. Transmutation tablet, again something I have not played with since 1.2.5 Minecraft. Which, right, so for that, dark matter, which we've made 1 of, so I need to get loads more diamonds, so this isn't getting done today, is it? I want a diamond chest, blocks of manilian, a couple of dimensional shards, so that is something for me to work towards then, between episodes I guess. Let me put that down, you start collecting, so that's collecting stuff quicker. That's actually collecting stuff out of that, isn't it? What I need to make it the power flower, I believe, is what the thing was called. It's kind of, it's vague, you know what I mean? It's been that long since I've actually played with this. It's because it's too easy. I think you should only be able to eat personally. I mean, I know it's not my mod, and far be it for me to tell mod makers what they should do, but I think you should only be able to make things from Project T in a transmutation tablet and not vanilla stuff like diamonds and stuff. Anyway, it's going to make this completing this quest a bit easier, isn't it? Getting this kind of thing set up. So I shall get that started between episodes, I shall work out how to... I'll watch someone else play with this and remind myself how it all works. I believe I made a power flower before. I've seen Kieran Dave play with these quite recently. And does the alchemical chest go in between like a stack of these? I know light can go through these, can't it? So I think that can go on top of that. That's still going up, so that makes sense. I'm not sure why it's accepting light though. But that's certainly going up. There's no recipes tab, is there? Vague memories. Okay, I'm going to leave it there then. Thank you for watching. Let's have a quick look in here. Lovely. Don't really need any of them anymore, but thanks anyway. Let's get rid of that limestone salt. So yeah, thank you as always for watching. We are down to... how many we've got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by the look of it. That looks like a Klein star to me. That's a Mark III relay. That is red matter. That is antimatter fairness. Oh, we've got that one as well, haven't we? What's that then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We haven't done that one yet, have we? 7 things to go by the look of it. So 7 quests until we complete the Pathfinder. So great stuff. Thanks for watching. I hope I see you next time. Cheers. Bye.